Hello and welcome to the MCEL Valorant stream. This week we have Glendale Community College going against our CGC D1 team. Very excited for our game today. Unfortunately, we do not have any casters who will be joining us today, so it'll just be me, Peaches. Looks like our first match of this evening is going to be on Bind. We are in our preseason, so this is going to be best 2 out of 3. Also on our Coyote Esports stream, we do have our CGC D2 team going against D3. Another exciting match for you to be able to tune into. I apologize in advance if this is a rather quiet stream. I am usually accompanied by more people, so I'm still getting used to navigating, spectating, while also commentating on these games. I will do my best. Already picked for CGC there, which it looks like they're going to pretty aggressively move in on that. Glendale making a fairly slow rotation over there. I do like that their Sky is playing safe until the rest of their team comes in. I do think that is a good move on their part there. Good attempt there from the Sky. I think that they did play that push pretty well there, playing safe until the rest of their team rotated over. Unfortunately, CGC was just still able to take them out. Looks like CGC is going to go with a couple Spectres there, while Glendale is going to be saving. Looks like we have Yakult already going for the Vandal. Looks like CGC is going for the push on A this time.
Shutting them down. There's the place.
No charges left.
A lot of abilities coming out, but so far no picks from either team. Both teams now are fully on A site. We'll see how this goes. Spike is down, so Glendale is going to have to
Last player
make a
standing.
move here. Back down to just the Sky. And that'll be the second point there for CGC. This time Glendale does have a little bit of spending power. We'll see if that can help them with this next round.
Charlie Mike, let's move.
Once again, CGC is mixing it up, going back over to B site. Not quite as aggressive as the start here of a start. Looks like we have one switching over to A site. Looks like full team rotating over now.
Bring them down. One enemy remaining.
With that round, it looks like actually both teams now have ultimates available. Jet's ult for CGC, and then we have Sky ult for Glendale. We'll see if we have any of those coming out this round. Glendale is once again running very low on funds. That is going to make this much more difficult round for them. And it looks like we have our first timeout of the evening. Right, sorry for that quick quiet moment there. Just had to help with some technical difficulties. Looks like this round actually is going quite in favor of Glendale here. CGC has 3 people left. Curious if they're going to stick with B or rotate. They are really close to that portal, so could go either way. Looks like they're just playing for pick at this point. Maybe hoping that Glendale will move in. Which is actually working well to their advantage here. Teams are now even. But Glendale very cautiously looking for the retake here. If Sky can make it over to their teammates, they could possibly give them a very much needed heal, but they're rather split at this point.
Player standing.
Sky does get a pick, but unfortunately for Glendale, it looks like CGC takes that round as well. Glendale taking the first pick on CGC for that round.
No one walks away.
We see KO ult come out.
Flag deployed. Grenade.
Spike planted.
Many abilities just used by CGC. Looks like Glendale waited them out.
Bring them down. Last player standing.
And it looks like we have a round going to Glendale. And our second timeout of the night, this time for CGC side. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. There is an error there with the scoring. There we go. All right. For anybody that may have been confused, just forgot to reset the scoring from our last game. Sorry about that. We are at 0-0 right now. Someday we will have a seamless, perfect stream. I promise. Someday. All right, and we are back in it.
Bring them down. Spike down B.
Yes, okay. That's big. We have numbers again. Come on. Backside. Oh, he's low. He needs 80. Good shit. Alright, you guys are
CGC seems to be playing a bit more cautious.
One down.
Now that they have that pick, we'll probably see a bit more of an aggressive push. However, that does cost them.
Launching smoke.
One enemy remaining. I had the
Now
fight.
it's just down to Douglas at this point. Looks like they are going to try to play B still. And that is our second point to Glendale. Once again, we've got an ult on both sides here. A couple of people pretty close to their next ult as well. Ty Mason with the, or Thigh Mason or Ty Mason, I'm not sure. Looks like they're going for the operator. He has definitely shown us that he's pretty comfortable with the op in the past, so. Looks like Glendale is quickly realizing that the push is on A site, and we see them rotating over. Sky watching just to be sure. We do see those ults coming out on both sides.
standing. Spike down A.
Very close round there, but once again, Glendale is going to take the point. Very interesting turn of events. We had pretty quick 4 points there for CGC, and Glendale is making their way back. Several ults now for Glendale, but CGC's pretty close to having almost all theirs as well.
You want to play? Let's play. Here. They found my trap.
Lenny's sitting on 1 health. Technically 11. Close enough. Seems like CGC is going to go ahead and rotate over to A now. Ooh.
Bring them down. 30 seconds left.
Powerless.
Battle of the Chambers goes to Lenny.
Here.
Scout destroyed. Found one. Bam. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Down to a 1v1, which goes to CGC.
No.
The timing on that teleport there for Chamber.
Blocking sight.
Flash.
Last player standing.
Still very possible here for Glendale. But bot gets him. Looks like Glendale is going to be saving this round while CGC is going in with full buys as well as a couple ults. CGC with their first pick. That's going to be a rough bomb there for Jet.
One enemy remaining.
Time to die. Don't make a fuss.
And with that round, we see that CGC's really got almost all their ults again there. Oh, Ty Mason's going for the operator this round, and the rest of Glendale is going to be full buying. Appears to be a push on A this round. Definitely expecting some ults to come out. I will say that in these last few rounds, I think that Glendale's main disadvantage was the gun disadvantage. I think that when they try to do those retakes, it seems like they wait to try to push together a lot. I like to see that. This is looking very heavily in CGC's favor this round. This is going to be a pretty rough one for Glendale to take back.
Last player standing.
All up to Sky at this point, who does have ult, but definitely would be surprised to see them use it this round. In fact, I'd almost say at this point it makes sense to just try and save.
Last round before the switch.
All right, it's last round, and we have a couple operators here for CGC. Jet has her ult. Obviously, there's no reason to hold your ults at this point.
Face your fear!
Ooh. Nost barely survives that shot. CGC has the pick now.
Spike planted.
Very big ult there from Suspected. Really evened the playing
Last
field.
player standing.
Ooh.
Switching sides.
All right, now we get to see Glendale on the attacking side. See if they can maybe bring back some points.
There.
Looks like a few of them are buying here. CGC is just running classics.
Bomb buddy out.
Very, very big push from their spawn there from Yakult and who was that? Bot.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Well played there from CGC. Definitely playing a bit more aggressive of a defense there than we saw from Glendale.
That's a good spot. That's not ready.
Glendale appears to be playing mid.
All set up.
Very, very aggressive push there from CGC. Working out very
Player
well in their
standing.
favor.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Absolutely brutal play there from CGC. Glendale's almost full buying here this round. We just see Nost with the judge there. Very interesting selections from CGC. We've got a few Spectres. We got the Marshall. Definitely, personally, a fan of Marshall myself. Oh, very interesting play there. CGC all taking the teleport. Looks like they're gonna push from behind here. This time it is working out pretty well for Glendale.
Bring them down.
Oh, does she notice the raise?
Grenade.
Raise forcing Fade out, but the smoke there is actually going to work in Fade's favor.
Last player standing.
And there Glendale takes another point. I see we definitely have some Lenny fans in chat today. Oh, Glendale getting a pick on Ty Mason and oh, I'm sorry, CGC getting the picks there.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
Ooh, very rough round there for Glendale.
Match point.
Looks like Ty Mason is going to be relying on his ultimate this round.
You want to play? Let's play.
Ooh. First pick going to CGC.
Here.
Glendale very spread out. Does appear that they're going to be trying to take B now, which CGC does seem to be a little suspicious. No,
Smoke's
actually,
down.
they're still hanging out at A, and there we see them rotating.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Down to just suspected here.
Flawless.
And that will be the first game with a point going to CGC. And that concludes our first game of the evening. This is going to be best 2 out of 3, so we will have possibly 2 more games. We will take a short break while the teams prepare for their next game, pick out their map, probably possibly mix subs, and we'll be back shortly with another game for you. While we wait, enjoy the view of the lab cam. All right, we are back for game number 2, and we were able to find a caster to join me for this round. Very excited to have Shooty here to cast with me. Shooty, if you'd like to say hi.
Hey everyone.
Very happy to have you here. So we did leave off with our first round going to CGC's D1 team. Looks like our next map is Haven. And yeah, Shooty, any thoughts so far on our map and the comps that these teams have decided to go with?
Yeah, the comps are looking pretty interesting so far, especially from CGC D1 bringing the Brimstone into Haven. That's not a pick you see too often, so I'm interested to see how they're going to play it.
Yeah, the while the score was pretty pretty heavily weighted for CGC, we did have a lot of close rounds last game, so definitely excited to see how things might change with this round.
Sorry about that one might cut out. Can you hear me alright?
Yeah, you seem to be coming through okay. Just in case you are quiet for stream, I'll also turn you up a little bit.
Perfect. Yeah, sorry, I had my noise gate on a little bit too low.
Okay.
Yeah, we got CGC D1 here lining up, looking to take some control on A. And we got Raise and Fade posted up on this A main. Let's see how they handle this. See a very quick push up C out of CGC D1. Really good response out of GCC with the util usage. Rotate's already coming in with the first pick coming out as suspected, and another one quickly followed by Rose. And it looks like they're looking to head out mid here. We'll see how they do with that chamber trip if they decide to go up B. Looks like they're opting to take C long here and having a Colt on the mid flank. Looks like GCC's aware, but they're not aware of the flank from your Colt. He gets one. As CGC D1 makes their way up towards C. And the bomb is already planted.
Party's over.
Another pick there from your Colt.
Looks like GCC signed up for the retake.
Cover going out.
Last player standing. Last
We got
player
your Colt from
standing.
Garage. And we're left in a 1v1 situation, suspected versus Etzo. Both at 1 HP here, so anything can happen. And suspected gets caught off guard, and the round goes to CGC D1.
Very close round there.
Yeah, really well played by both teams there on the rotates, and just the level of awareness out of both teams are looking really good. So it looks like CGC D1 are opting for a similar setup towards this A side of the map. And not too much has changed on the defensive setup for GCC. We're going to see this raise nade combo out of it, but it's not going to catch too many of them out as Douglas gets the first pick on Nost.
Flashbang.
Looks like CGC D1's going to try to set up for A here, making their way into sight right now. Rose flashed out and is going to get picked off by KO.
Tango down.
KO gets 2 picks here,
One enemy remaining.
and
Flawless.
they quickly finish the second round, 2-0 to start off the game.
And with that, we do see that Glendale is, looks like they're going to go full buy. Close to. Maybe not.
There you go. Yep, there's that full buy out of them. Pretty standard bonus setup for CGC D1. Looks like now they're aiming to take some mid control, leaving Chamber on that C passive angle. Meanwhile, our GCC's chamber is also, we're going to see this 1v1 happen. Lenny getting the first duel, killing Omen. So you see two players make their way in the garage and another pick out of CGC.
They are.
Mason gets a pick to kind of bring it back.
Looks like they're going to
Currently
rotate
4v3 in
C now.
favor. As they're on C and planting. Brimstone fighting this chamber off and ends up
Spike
getting the
planted.
pick. I wonder if they'll opt to save here. Nos gets a nice pick on chamber.
Last
Will they be
player
aware of this guy
standing.
garage, and Nos ends up getting traded out.
We found one. I'll find you.
Satisfying.
One enemy remaining.
We do see two exit picks out of Fade here.
Does seem like they're out of time though, so I think at this point it definitely would be the best call to save there.
Yep, and
Ooh.
Brimstone dying to bomb for that econ. Pretty good eco round out of CGC, winning it 3-0. To see how they end up responding, we're going to be on a broken buy for GCC and full guns out of CGC.
CGC also coming into this round with an ult very close to that Jet ult as well.
We're probably going to see this raise nade combo again. Trying to push them off of A main. Does work, but they are starting to make their way up mid. With Nos getting a pick with that grenade. So first blood going to GCC. And we'll see how CGC responds. Looks like we got some players towards C here, but they're also met with two other players from GCC. As we get the rest of the rotates over, they're looking to take this C.
Teleport's ready.
Both players on this site are 1 HP, so this could definitely go in their favor.
Teleport's ready.
With Nos getting a pick on the Fade trying to entry garage, this could put a stop to their pressure. You see one more pick and it's 4v2,
30
3v2
seconds left.
now. And this retake, which they're gonna start as soon as this
One enemy remaining.
Spike doesn't go down, and Nos with a 4K to win the round. Really good round on the Nos there. Trying to, you know, make use of that flank and after that pick in garage.
And that is our first point this game for Glendale. That is going to afford them, it looks like, the full buy as well.
There.
Few ults possibly on their side as well, but CGC definitely
There.
has the ult economy going for them on this round. Would be not very surprised to see that Jet ult coming out.
Yep, definitely, especially with this type of buy they got going on. Immediately popping that out and Chamber getting a pick on the enemy Chamber. So you see probably quick work towards A here. We do have KJ in play. We'll probably see that pop once they set up for the site take. And there it is. Nos gets a pick on the sewer chamber. The suspected getting traded out backside. Nos is still on the site. He gets one before getting traded out. 2v2 situation for this retake. We'll have a breach shockwave up in 3 seconds, which probably will initiate the retake here.
One enemy remaining.
Rose drops down, and Douglas finishes off the rest of the two to bring it 4-1 CGC. CGC. So we're looking at broken buy for GCC here. Probably going for half buys, looks like, on their 3-ult round. Probably won't see many of these popped. And full buys out of CGC as they line up for possibly some garage control here. That raise ult quickly, let's pop. Trying to clear out this guy in main. Will he see him?
That's all left.
And Douglas ends up getting a pick on nose.
Unfortunate.
Where are you?
Looks like they make their way garage as they break the trip. No reaction out of GCC just yet though, holding their positions. As CGC looks to make their way back towards A. Fade is the only person holding it so far, but we should be getting a breach rotate as soon as we get noise.
Smoke's down.
Face your fear!
Brim smokes go down, Fade ult comes out, and they're gonna be pushed off the site. It's gonna look like a 4v4 retake here. Looks like this retake's gonna be brought out by their Fade ult. The Fade ult comes in. Site enters happen,
Enemy remaining.
and quickly
You were so
CGC fights the retake and wins the round, up 5-1. So there were a lot of ults popped that round out of GCC, leaving only the breach ult left, and they're back on a full buy now. Looking pretty even from both teams. We do have that Brimstone ult also in play. Still no adjustments on defense made, but we'll see if they change up the way they hold their sights. Again with this raise nade combo, doesn't pick anyone out this time as CGC makes their way up mid. Jose's gonna get first looks here. We'll see if he'll get any support after spotting this jet. Looks like they're looking to get off the site and probably plan for a retake here. Breach ult gets popped and easily countered by that Brimstone ult, taking care of Roseanne. Nose trying to enter from the link. 1v3 situation for Tylux. And again, another clean round out of CGC to bring it 6-1. Looks like we will have a timeout here for GCC.
Yep. Any thoughts on what GCC really needs to do here to bring this game back?
Yeah, it looks like, like they're having troubles in both areas with not only their site holds, but also retakes. They're getting shut down in both areas. So I wonder if they're going to change up the way they hold these locations or the way they use their utility, opting for less of a, quick use of the utility at the start of the round and maybe holding it for when they
that
actually take
retake.
site.
Right. I agree. I think after maybe a couple times of not getting as much value from that starting combo, that maybe, trying something different for the retake would have been possibly a better move there. I mean, they did get that one pick earlier, but yeah, I think that would have been much more valuable there for the retake.
Yeah, definitely. Like, especially if they can get more utility for that retake. Hopefully they could, work together with their util and, end up getting some more picks on those
Absolutely.
situations. So we're getting a nice little econ play out of GCC here, lining up to take mid quickly. And most of CGC is located for this C lane walk-up.
Interesting start here for Glendale.
You see them push up his spawn, but CGC well aware of this, and they do end up getting 2 picks
Enemy
here,
remaining.
and 4 picks right away in the round. Tylux in a 1v3. Getting picked off from mid there.
Very
So,
quick round.
Not too bad of an eco, but not enough for GCC. 7-1, and we're looking back into a full buy versus full buy. Yeah, these lack of rounds and honestly the lack of picks is really making the eco of GCC struggle here. So hopefully if they can win a few rounds, they could start bringing this game back on this half. If not, they always got the next half.
Ty Mason going with the op this round. We once again see the raised combo there.
Ty Lux
Ty
with
with
the
the-
first blood against Chamber. Let's see. We do have 3 people towards A right now. Nost in a really good location here, but he will get blinded and will have to drop that angle. He does end up getting 2 there, and Suspected getting 1 on KO. Rose getting another, and they end up holding the site to bring it 2-7. Really good round of
Huge
the
for
GCC there.
Glendale. They really needed that.
Yeah, it was really nice to see their adjustments. They ended up getting more numbers on that site hold once they got the information they needed, and that first pick out of Rose definitely helped them there.
Absolutely. Fairly even on the ult spread there too. Looks like they have Omen ult on Glendale's side. Jet ult for CGC.
Yep, and looks like we're gonna be taking mid here. CGC. See if Omen still holds this angle.
That works.
Aware that they do tend to break this chamber trip in garage. Fade does clear it out. Does not spot anyone.
Glendale
As they
does.
make their way up towards B.
They do seem to be aware that the CGC is going B. Playing very carefully though.
Nos gets on the site, hoping to stop this. Fade Eye will not get any spots, but Nos unaware that Chambers already walked up into sight. So we have both sides of Link smoked off here.
Back deployed. They're suppressed.
One enemy
Who
remaining.
picks out of Mason with the op, but Colt with the flank takes care of him. Leaving Suspected in a 1v3. 1v2 now after getting a pick on your Colt.
Last
Time is
player
ticking
standing.
down. He gets another pick, leaving it to a 1v1 situation.
You have got to be kidding me.
Opting to try and bait it, but the enemy KO plays this really well, and he will end up getting the round.
Oh, Suspected does get the pick, but not the point.
8-2 as we're heading into our last 2 rounds of the half. Still looking on a healthy buy out of both teams, but this round will pretty much determine if they can get any more points this half for GCC, as the eco will be very unfavorable if they end up losing this round.
Oh, that's my favorite knife, or at least one of them. The
You
Elder
want to
Flame.
play? Let's
Oh, so
play.
good.
That's a nice knife. Yep. When we see this fast mid walk up by CGC's Jet, does get the pick on Rose. They do like playing this. Quick way
Ooh.
towards another pick. Can he get a third? And Suspected finishes off his reign over the team. With Nos getting a pick on the fade, and they opt to plant B again. Oh, stop the plant actually.
Oh,
Spike
surprising
down,
turn of events.
One enemy
And
remaining.
we get another fight in garage that goes into Mason's favor here. 3v1, and they end up taking the round. Really well played out of GCC there to still like go down by 2 picks,
Last
but be able
round in
to
the half.
come and take the round anyways.
Right, and that does leave them with quite a few ults for this last round, which could be really important for them. If they get this next round, that will really help start closing that gap in points there.
Yeah, an 8-4 half would be favorable going into the attack half, especially on a map like Haven.
Absolutely.
And we do have one tick off of chamber ult here, so
There.
we do know how Mason likes to use the op here. So I wonder if he'll try and get a quick pick here to be able to pop that. Looks like out of CGC, we got a split towards A here. We got 2 players heading A, but the bomb is still towards garage. And Tylux looking to hold a pretty aggressive angle here, garage. Maybe you can get this pick off of Lenny.
And he
He ends up
does.
getting it, teleports away. And that Brimstone Smoke actually helps him get out of the way there. And he's able to make it out alive. As we got Fade currently fighting 2 people on A, and he goes down. The
Glendale.
rotates are coming in. Bringing Brimstone down to low health there on mid, and they end up planning A here.
Spike
We'll see how they line up for the retake. As KO pops the ult to stop any sort of plan that they had in mind. 3v4 retake.
One enemy remaining.
And they play that really well, holding that double angle there out of CGC. 9-3 half.
And did we see
Switching sides.
any of the ults come out for Glendale there?
Yeah,
Stick to your
that
roles
KO
and
out there
look
pretty
fresh.
much stopped them in
Right.
their tracks and stopped them from using it. It was really well played, actually. And we do end up going into this next half. Honestly, I was really impressed to see the use of the Brimstone. Don't get to see a lot of Brimstone on Haven, and I liked how they opted to use B, a site that Brimstone smokes would be really good for.
Absolutely.
And it looks like GCC is opting for a different type of setup than we saw from CGC. Opting in 2 players towards C and 2 players towards A.
Here.
Omen does get a spawn Jet. And they end up not taking a fight together, but we do have a fight going on C long here. Thai Mason getting the first pick on Etzo.
I have the spike.
And we do still have this control in this A main area. We might look to take the bomb towards A. We did pull the rotates over. But it looks like they're aware. And we got 2 more players heading back to take this A. With
Oh,
Mason getting
another
another
pick
pick
on
on C. As he-
Which is going to
nodding
take
his head there.
CGC back. Yep.
5v3 for this site, and they have a free site. So they're gonna be really healthy for this 5v3 post plant. Every player on the map at full health, and it looks like they're starting to retake the site with 2 picks
One enemy remaining.
in favor, 3v1. As GCC looks to close out this round.
Nice,
Ooh.
nice.
Gets the pick on Nose, bringing it to a 2v1, and Tylux finishes out the round. Pistol round in GCC's favor.
I really like that start for them. I think they played that really well. I think having them split up like that, those 2 picks on C, really like how they played that round.
Yeah, the amount of map control they had within the first 30 seconds, having C long control and A main control gave them a lot of options, and they ended up being able to walk onto a free site after those 2 picks. As we see now, we have a heavy lean towards A main here. So we'll probably try to quickly take this space. Nicole getting a first pick on Mason though. And it's going to become basically a race towards this A site here as GCC starts their take. Alex evens out the situation, bringing it to a 4v4, and the bomb goes down. Guns are not looking too favorable for this retake, but we did see what happened last round with just pistols, so they may try to recreate that and bring it down to a close round. Lenny getting the pick on Nost. Opens up. The retake, and we bring it to a 2v2. 2v1. Suspected getting that kill, and Suspected finishing off the round. 5-9 to start off the second half. This buy is looking interesting out of GCC. Oh, they just switched back to a Spectre there. But now they're opting for the Stinger. Initially had 2 Vandals on the map, which could have been interesting, seeing how that could really bring back points if they can pull off that round.
Ty Mason sticking with the classic. Once again, a very split push here.
Nothing yet from any team as Mason does get the orb and is able to escape safely, but Nost ends up getting picked off at A from the enemy fade. As they probably look to step back and reassess what they can take control of, as they lost both C control and A control. See really passive holds out of GCC here. Waiting to see if CGC will make a move, but CGC is still holding their positions well. As the time goes down to 45 seconds, and they're going to have to start making a choice soon on where to go. Looks like we're leaning towards A here, getting ready to clear out this area and take the site. They do have 4 players going up against 2 on this site. As the rotates start coming over. 2 picks out of the Brimstone.
Down A.
3 picks, 4 picks, and the round is over. 10-5 in favor of CGC. Really nice shots out of Brimstone there. Good utility usage with the Brimstone Molly, and gets those quick picks to finish off the round. As CGC starts another timeout.
While we're between these rounds as well, just an update which you may have noticed in chat. Looks like our 2 other games that we had tonight, we had CGC's D2 team versus CGC D3. Looks like that went to CGC D2. And then we also had Mesa versus PC, Phoenix College, with that round going to Mesa.
A really interesting score so far, especially like considering the league as a whole. MCC is still currently undefeated, and CGC D1, if they could take this map away, they will also still be undefeated, leading to both of them meeting up, looking to bring each other their first loss. Peaches, do you have any idea on what CGC could do to hopefully bring some momentum back as they are down by 5 rounds?
That's
No charges left.
a good question. I actually do apologize. I have another caster just reached out to join us.
Let's fly.
So let's see if I can get them in here real quick.
You want to play? Let's.
Lenny quickly getting 2 picks on Mason and Rose to start off the round. Already looking grim for GCC 5v3 with no map control at all. We'll see how they react to this as we try to make our way towards mid, it looks like. We do spot out Lenny and we take it to a 3v4. Looking really good here. Good reactions by both teams to bring this round a little bit closer than what it started out as. Positions are being held as it looks like they may start to aim towards B here once the smoke drops. The Brimstone is ready for that plant though. So once that plant does get heard, the Brimstone will be pulled.
Face your
Both Fatals come out and the Brimstone gets popped. stopping the plant, and Nos gets
30
picked
seconds
off
left.
after being
One
blinded.
enemy remaining.
Omen getting picked
Spike
off,
down,
leaving
B.
suspected in a 1v4 situation. Trapped in Covey. He ends up getting 2. And CGC closes out the round.
All right, sorry for the silence there. We are back. We have Shooty here, and we now also have Bon here to cast with us. We've just got a couple more rounds left, possibly. We'll see what happens.
Oh, we'll see.
And we're looking to probably pivot back to A here. Lots of damage taken, and Breach does end up getting picked off.
It's definitely going to be a very rough comeback for Glendale at this point. CGC aggressively
Especially
making their
with
way
that low
over.
buy. Looks like we're gonna get
Ooh,
double
I
swing.
got ooh.
2 from there is huge. We're down to a 2v3.
Duck spotted 1. Duck is just falling back.
We do have
Wow.
KO on the flank
One
here.
enemy remaining.
Does get
30
1
seconds left. Spike down
and
A.
finishes off the round, getting the other. 12-5 match point CGC.
Match point.
We'll see if Glendale be able to make a comeback, but it seems like it's favoring CGC D2. I mean D1 right now.
Absolutely. We can take a look here at the buy as well. Looks like Lenny is going to be using his ult this round.
I'm gonna op out of Thigh Mason here on attack side. Lining up for C. If they can get a chamber pick here, that could be huge off of this KO.
Aggressive push from KO.
Ooh.
And he ends up getting the pick on Mason, traded out by Rose. 4v4 going into the site take here.
Gonna be Glendale's committing to C-site.
Do have 2 players
Satchel's
ready
mid.
for this retake, and Jet ends up getting picked off by Rose. 4v3 in favor of GCC.
Dosed with a shotgun close to CT site. I don't know if Lenny be able to spot him out with an op.
And we are aware of this flank coming out of enemy Brimstone. Suspected ends up picking him off. 2v3.
Lenny with an op in his hand.
Both players entering back site here, trying to push up.
He's cupped the ult.
Omen gets the
Rose.
pick as the ult goes out.
Player
Rose
standing.
gets the pick on 1.
1v2 situation. No util from
Enemy
Ducks.
remaining.
You got
Oh.
one.
Push up from Rose out of there. 1v1 situation, but the
I
bomb.
don't think he's going to have enough time at this point, unfortunately.
Yep.
But that does give another point there to Glendale, and they're in it for another round.
6-12. They're looking good on Glendale's side. I think they got a quick trade in C-site when Ezo got the first pick on Ty Mason. But then Rose were able to trade it out, and she probably got like 2 or 3 kills last round. And come in clutch with the breach ult.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that ult there was critical in winning the round.
Yep, I
And
think that was
looks like we're taking quick A main control.
Ty Mason with an op. 2,
And he gets the
spotted
first
1.
pick on Fid.
I don't know if they were able to spot the bot bam. Quick trade from Nose. Great pick on Yoko. Only Lenny on the side right now. He's playing back CT, but he's falling back. Waiting for his teammate. It's a 2v4 situation. The
Spike goes
cross
down.
spike goes down. The crossfire from Nose.
Pardon, monsieur.
Quick kill from
Lenny getting
Lenny.
a pick.
Huge pick. 2v3 situation.
Teleport's ready. All set.
Player standing.
Ty
Up to
Mason.
Lenny now.
Ooh, Ty Mason.
Huge round out of Mason there with the op.
Glendale not going down without a fight.
There.
They're not giving up. They're not giving up this match point.
Love to see it.
We'll see if CGC able to close the game out though.
And for the first time in a while, we actually do see them on a relatively light buy here, but Jet does have his knives.
Yeah.
We do have Fatal, which could be pretty good for a side take or even for a post plant situation.
Seems like it's gonna be a C hit from Glendale. Ooh, they're falling back. They're falling back. I think they have info about like probably 2 or more player stacking on C site.
I like
Bot
this idea
Bam.
of Lehman Omen in mid for contingency here.
But Bot Bam were able to push out short, but none of the Glendale player
He will have
pushing
the
out
flank here,
short.
though.
He got the flank.
This is
It
really dangerous for GCC.
could be huge.
They
No,
are
look at the
unaware.
timing though. Bot got one.
down
He got the
A.
second one.
It's a 4v2 for GCC.
4v2.
Standing.
Oh, quick draw from Lenny.
4v1. And everything
Tie
was
ball.
down to Tylux.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow, what a game.
what a flank by Bot Bam. He pushed out short. He managed to get 3 players.
and that does conclude our games for the night. That is our second round going to CGC. And we are in our preseason, so that is best 2 out of 3. Definitely some great games from both sides. Very, very close rounds there. Any final thoughts before we close things out today?
think it was a
Yeah,
great
honestly, it was a strong game from both teams. I really liked the way that they reacted to each other's information, and everyone looked like they were just having a really good time out there and adjusting to each other. And I was glad to see the second game a lot closer than the first game, and they cleaned up those few rounds that they could have gotten in that first game. So it's nice to see improvement out of both teams.
Absolutely. Definitely love to see the continued fight, even when you do see those numbers heavily weighted towards one side. Even when the odds were heavily in CGC's favor, we really saw some great comeback moments from Glendale as well. And like I said, we are in our preseason. Our official season starts for the spring semester, so this is a really great time for these teams to learn what they're going up against, figure out how to make those adjustments, and change what they need to change to improve and be better ready for those next games. So definitely a lot of room to see growth from both of these teams. Yeah.
For
Well,
sure. Thanks for having me on the cast. I appreciate it.
yeah. Definitely want to say thank you so much for our casters today, Shooty, Bon. We really appreciate you joining us. Shout outs to all our viewers. We really appreciate you being here and supporting your favorite teams. Come back tomorrow. We should have some games streamed. If you love the Valorant games, tune in next week. We'll have some more for you. Otherwise, have a great night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.